Okay, here we are on location. This is my brother's workout little pole barn loft sauna area. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm warming up. I'm on location. I'm picking up what I see here. He's still under construction, but I have this area to work out because this is his workout area. What do I have? 2.5 pounds in each hand. What does that mean for you? That means pick up anything. That means pick up a can of food. It could be a couple of ounces. It could be a free weight. Maybe a lot of people have 1, 2, or 3 pound weights. Notice what I'm doing. I'm taking a big step, but I'm staying back. So pretend I'm punching you on your chest right there, okay? As I step out and I bring those light weights around, I want you to notice the position of my hands. See? They're not up over my shoulder. They're reaching out under my shoulder. That's important. It's those little tiny moves to pay attention to. That's what's important. So I'm stepping out and I'm just doing a rowing motion. See that? I'll turn to the side so you'll see what I'm doing. As I step out, I keep saying rib cage up, shoulders down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. That brings me to another little tip for you. Many of you, all of us, have experienced dry mouth, right? It's so irritating. A lot of the reason for dry mouths, as we're doing this warm up, see, I continue to do it. It's just like I'm taking a walk. I'm just doing it more specifically to warm up my muscles in my shoulders, my back, my core, my hip, my knee, because as I'm stepping out, as I'm telling you about dry mouth, I know that I'm going to be using heavier weight. Okay, so as I step out, I'm going to check all my postural lineups. See this? So right here is what's going to get a lot of you in trouble unless you're really thinking, lining up. See here? When I go out like this, I stay back and I pull around. That's very important, that move right there. Okay, and pretty much always try to stay under your shoulders or armpit. So I'm stepping, doing a row, stepping, doing a row, keeping it low. Okay, back to dry mouth. I talked to you, I introduced this thought of breathing more through your nose. Many of us, now I'm going to step to the side, step this way. I'm going to bring these out right here. See that? So it's an in and it's an out and it's a shift lift. So it's in, it's going to go out. I'm going to shift. Now right there, this is a real important load, okay? So I'm shifting into here. My tummy is super tight. My arms are out here. My shoulders are down. And I'm going to just lift my toe up. That move for people with issues with joints, whether they're replaced, whether you have been told you have osteoporosis, you have back stuff going on, that's an important move. Let's do it again together, okay? Okay, we're going to go wide, correct? We got these light weights right here, correct? We're going to go out, and as I push out, my shoulders are not only going down, the shoulder blades are rolling into my back. Now I don't care which leg, shift into one leg as you push out, you're gonna lift just for a second, okay? When you lift, you're gonna tend to go forward. I want you to keep pulling yourself back, okay? So here I am, wide stance. I'm turned so you can kind of see what I'm doing front and side. So I'm gonna go push out, low. I'm going to shift into the other side now. Now I have to super tighten my tummy because I'm gonna lift my toe off the ground. Yeah, and don't lean in when you do that. Okay, you ready? So here I am. I'm gonna shift, push out, roll those shoulder blades in, tighten, tighten, get ready. Here comes the toe. Now let me tell you something. This is so much harder on my hip replace side. So I'm thinking about the Chrissies out there that have both hips replaced. I'm telling you, it's a valuable move, but you get where you can put your hand on a wall or a table or something like that. Now watch this. I'm gonna push these out. I'm gonna roll my shoulder blades in, my shoulders down, and then I'm gonna bring that toe off the ground just for a couple seconds. Then come back in and come back in, okay? And keep thinking that I'm pressing on you right here. Hi, everybody coming in. So we're gonna shift, we're gonna push, we're gonna bring the toe up, and we're gonna really fight for that balance. Then step in, little hip hinge, bring the arms in, push, out. As you roll your shoulder blades in and down, shift. My tummy is super tight. My knee is very bent, and I'm gonna bring that toe up. And this is the side that, boy, I really have to really think hard to get that toe off the ground, okay? I'm just gonna do two more. Are you ready? Drop your shoulders. These are very lightweight. So that might be 1 pound for you. It might be a can of food, 6 ounces, okay? If you have very advanced osteoporosis, but you've been cleared to exercise, stay with light weights. Just do more repetition or just stay with the light weights. Shift, tight tummy, knee is soft, right? Push those arms out, bring the toe up, hang on to it, hang on to it, hang on to it, come back in and come back in. Now, right this minute, you say rib cage up. See, I'm in this stance, but my rib cage is up, okay? Now I'm gonna shift into the opposite side. I'm gonna push those arms down and out. My shoulders roll together and down. Then I'm gonna lift that toe off the ground and try to maintain that for just a few seconds and then come back into it and come back into it. Great. Okay, walk just a little bit. Again, you have light weights. I have two, they're typical disc that you put on, a big weightlifting rack, but you can just use them individually, or you can use your free weights. Okay, so you're gonna go split stance. Okay, this is Marilyn's favorite. Split stance, and then come back. Now let me call you on something, okay? Take the other leg out. The minute I did that, you know what many of you did? The minute you stepped out, you leaned in. We don't want to do that right now, okay? Why? Because I'm doing all this moves that I'm showing you right now with light weights, but together these are 5 pounds, okay? So I have 2.5, 2.5. When I step out in a split stance, the normal thing that you want to do, of course, because you think you might be taking another step, is to lean in. Many of you lean in and you round. You don't realize it, but you do. So I'm telling you, change the way you walk. Change the way you walk. It will strengthen your core. How do you do that? Number one, drop your shoulders. Take a step, say rib cage up. The minute you do that, you're gonna feel your back extensors really contract. That's what we want. And see, I'm on my toe in the back. I'm on my toe. I'm ready to take a step. But see, when we're ready to take a step, many of us round our back, jut our chin out, and we walk around like this, ready to take that next step. So I'm calling you on that because I know that you hate it and you don't want to do it. And neither do I. So I'm showing you how to straighten up. Okay, so let's go back and let's do this. It's just a split stance. All it is taking a step. That's all it is. I got light weights. I'm going to take a step. I'm going to say rib cage up. Okay. Big breath, pull back. Right. Shoulders down. Take a step. Do not let yourself go into this. Okay. Don't do that. Step out. Say rib cage up. Now let's put the arm swing with it. Are you ready? So you got it, right? I can hear you going, yeah, we got it. But see, when I go and check you, well, you're doing that little funny hunched shoulder lean. So drop your shoulders. Here we go. Here's my light weights. And I'm gonna swing. See that? So when I swing and I go out here, you know what some of you did? You locked your elbow. How do I know this? Because I teach slugs. I know what slugs do. Okay, so here we go. Do you see what I did? My elbow is bent. It's not locked out, especially because I have a weight in my hand. I have a weight in my hand. I don't want to lock out my joint there. Okay, step back. Let's do the swing and keep a little bend in the elbow. Here we go. Step. See my little bend? See, I'm back here. See, I'm pushing off the toe. Oh my goodness. Who would have thought you could do all this work by just paying attention to how you're lining up as you take the step. So rib cage up, drop your shoulders. Keep your knee and your elbow soft, even bent, and do this repeated press off the toe in the back. See that? And then pull yourself back. This is a perfect example of a push-pull kind of motion. Okay, it's what everybody tells you to do in your workouts. Do pushings and pullings, and you do that, but you do it by doing it on purpose, a little bit of a weight, and a step, just a walk. You can line yourself up, you can get everything warmed up. You are good to go once you've done this for, 10, 20 times. Okay, back here. Again, when you have a weight in your hand, I don't care how big or little it is, you keep your joints soft. See that? Soft. See that? Yeah, so I still have 2.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds. Now I'm gonna warm up the hamstring. So if Kathy's out there, be careful with this. I'm going to walk just like this, Drop your shoulders, keep your tummy super tight, and pull the heel to the hip and bring it back in. Step, opposite. So if I'm gonna step here, I'm gonna bring this hand up and pull in, okay? So I want you to do it on whichever way that you can go opposite, pull. Breath, pull. Here we go. Pull the heel in like it's trying to touch your butt. Why do I say that? Because some of you go like this and you bring your heel up this way. This is not going to do what I'm wanting to with these muscles. So when you step out, You're gonna go opposite, you're gonna pull that heel in with the knee behind the front knee, okay? See, I'm stepping, all right? Pull and pull. And don't just bring it up there and put it right down. Really pull it in there and squeeze it a little bit. So I'm gonna go step, pull, step, pull. So if you want to just tap and put your leg back there, pull, tap, pull, your shoulders are down. Shoulders are very down. Rib cage is up. Okay? Here we go. Here, drop your shoulders, pull the heel in. Okay? Pull the heel in. Here we go. 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 Pull it in. Breath. Pull it in. Now, I can continue on that move, but I will tell you, it will take a little bit of doing to work up to 3 sets of 10 of that kind of a move. But that's what I would love to see people that have plantar fasciitis, they have Achilles problems, they have hamstring problems. If you have weights, and these are just light weights, but when you're stepping like this and pulling and really pulling it in, man, do you have to work with your core to do this, okay? And stay lined up, all right? And you're gonna feel it right here. If you pull it too tight, you're gonna feel a little cramp. Don't get scared. Just put your leg down, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. That's all you're gonna do, okay? Here we go. I have shoulder people out there. I still have light weights. See, I haven't increased my weight yet. I'm going to, but for those of you with shoulder issues, if I step like that, and especially if I step like this and put my heel down, so it's knee up, heel down, and it's across my midline. But what's happening here with my arms? See this? Okay, drop your shoulders. Don't let your elbows go out like this. Don't do it. Pull back. Keep your wrist in neutral. Soft knees, okay? You're gonna bring your knee up, and you're gonna cross midline, and you're gonna put your heel down. Now drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Bring it back up, put it down. So yes, I have a side that gives me a big challenge. This side right here, much easier for me to come down to my heel. This is a very hard move for many of us, okay? Watch your elbows. Goes right here, drop your shoulders. Here we go, tighten up. This is my challenge side. I'm gonna put my heel down. I have to keep my knees soft, I have to keep my knees soft, come back up, put it down. Yes, one more time, we almost got it. Drop your shoulders, up with the knee, down with the heel. Your supporting leg, the knee has to be soft. Because when I want to cheat on this, I always want to lock my leg. So don't do it. This is to help strengthen all those little guide wires in your hip, all the way through the shoulders, the core. Now you come down, okay? Bring your shoulders up and around. I still have 2.5 pounds in both my hands, all the way around, down and around. Breath, down and around. Breath, down and around. Breath, down and around. Breath. Now I'm going to change my weights, okay? So I'm going to go from 2.5 pounds, open your hands, close your hands, open your hands, close your hands. And when you do that, I'm gonna do a little quick walk. So before I pick up my 5-pounders, okay, so it could be 6, it could be 3, okay, something that's light. It could be that bag of beans, 4-pound bag of beans, that'd be fine too. Look what I'm doing. I'm doing pumping action, and as I come in here, I'm acting like I'm pushing off my toes. See, if you do this and you're flat-footed, it looks totally different. Everything just shakes to pieces, okay? So what I want you to do is tighten up your butt, tighten up your tummy, drop your shoulders. Now move your weight into the midfoot, to the more of the ball of the foot. In other words, touch your heel lightly. See, I'm touching my heel lightly, and I'm not gonna hunch and lean. Your tendency is to wanna lean, but keep thinking that I'm punching you right here. Don't lean excessively, okay? So see, this is very moderate. This is not too fast. Most of us can handle this kind of a thing. And I'm just telling you, if you would just do this right here, for 1 to 2 minutes through the day, the studies that they're showing with this kind of activity, just this, done properly, you're getting weight load. Now, when I add my 5 pounds, it's even gonna be more, but I'm not going super fast. I could, I don't have to, but this kind of movement patterning, especially if you move into the ball of the foot, with your calf, with your shoulders, with your vertebrae, especially, you're doing what's called flossing in all of those joints, in all of those structures. And it happens with a simple walk. So I'm just integrating it into this weight training session today as a way of body weight loading, okay? So stay up. If you're into the balls of the foot and you're not putting your heels down and you've been doing this with me instead of sitting there watching it, you're feeling it in your calves. That's what I wanted. I wanted you to stay into the midfoot, the front part of your foot. Don't lean excessively. Say rib cage up, pump your arms, stay into the midfoot, and you should feel your calf pretty good right now, okay? And I'm not gonna go fast. I could, but I'm not going to. And I'm gonna go slow. Slow, slow, slow. Now, the move I just did before I did this move, do that move, keeping your hands down. Stretch the calf out. So you're gonna bring your knee up. You're gonna put your heel down. Don't lock your back leg. Bring it back up. So you're gonna go pretty straight with the front as you push your heel down. Then you switch, you shift, drop your shoulders. Big breath into the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. One more time. Here we go. Bring it back up. Put it down. Tight tummy. Drop your shoulders. Stay upright. Here we go. Soft knee. Bring my heel down. Heel. And then come back in. If you could do that kind of little pumping work that gets your calves really going, that really gets your breathing, and you could do it just a minute or so through the day. Take a break and do it. You know, people get up, they'll take a breath, and they'll go get a drink of water, and they'll walk around a little bit. We'll do that. Just kind of pick it up and go into your midfoot so you're not putting your heel down, and start doing that so that it's easier and easier for you to do it. That's called training, okay? It's progressive, it takes a while, but you gotta do the activity. Okay, ready? I'm gonna pick up my little bit heavier weight, but they're still light. This is considered light. I'm having to hold on to these like this because these are discs. They go on a big weight lifting machine and they're both 5 pounds. So what I just used was 2.5 pounds. So now I have 5 pounds. So I'm going to just come right here and just pull right here to my shoulders and come back down. Step, pull to my shoulders, come back down. Step, come to my shoulders, come back down. Yes! Just do it repeatedly. And then we're gonna hold it. So I want you to get comfortable, okay? Get very comfortable. Drop your shoulders. Keep your tummy super tight, right there, okay? And here we go. We're gonna bring the hands here, and instead of stepping out like we've been doing, I have my weights here. I'm gonna soften my knee. I'm gonna bring the knee up. Okay, so I've got my 2 5-pound weights here. I carefully bring that knee up. Shift. Okay, rib cage up. Yes. Now don't lock your supporting leg. Here we go. Bring the knee up. Bring the knee up. Bring the knee up. Hold on to it. Yeah, fight for the balance. Hold on, hold on. Bring it up as far as you can and then put it down, okay? So those of you who struggle with your balance, always safety first. So you're doing this so that you can put your elbow on a wall, or you can lean at your hip onto a wall or something like that. I'm just looking here, okay. So, a little heavier weights, 5 and a 5, okay, not super heavy, still considered light, but we're doing full body loads and we're doing tasks that people tend to get into trouble in their backs when they do these moves, okay? So right here, if I'm gonna balance and I have my hands right here, I'm gonna keep my knee soft. I'm gonna bring that knee up. I'm gonna hang out here for, you know, if you can do 3 seconds, great. If you can do 5 or 10 seconds, great. Put your foot down, shift. This is all very smooth, very in control move. And when you get out of control, like I almost did, you just bring your leg in. That's all. Get your balance and then start again. Okay, I'm really fighting to stay on this. And then down. Take a big breath. Bring these down. Okay? Now, the move that I did a while ago to really innervate hamstring, I'll try not to do that too much. They're very loud. See, they're very loud. Anyway, so this move where you're stepping and you're pulling your heel to your hip. Okay, I've done this many times with you, but I'm gonna really make you think about it, okay? Because this move is a very important move because it's innervating weak areas in our, that control our walking. It controls how you move, how you sit down, how you stand up. It controls everything. So it has to do with flexibility, but the strength of your hamstring. If you have a hamstring issue, you might not choose to stand free and do this. You might want to put your weights down like this. And you might want to put your hand on a solid something that's not going to move, a wall. And if you tap your toe back, so I'm showing a progression. Many of you have very weak hamstrings, which is an implication in hip issues, back issues, how you walk, everything. So what I'm saying is you might not want to hold on to those weights. You might want to put your hand on a stable surface. Don't lean in, but you see how I'm starting with my toe back here, this is actually more advanced move because I'm fixing to pull that heel to my hip. And if I can do that repeatedly and get stronger at that, then I move to what I'm gonna do with you, those of you who want to do it or can do it. But if this works better for you, then do it like that and do more of these. So I would try to get 8 to 10 repetitions to begin with, right here. See this? Do not round your back, your rib cage is up. See how I'm pulling my heel to my hip? But here's the thing you might not notice. Instead of going from here, which is actually level 1, see my knees are the same, I go back. So I worked with people before where we had to start here, and then we moved back to a little, and then we moved back to a lot. And then we do it free, like I'm gonna do with you and just right now, and with a weight. You gotta choose one of those, okay, depending on what's going on with you. So I have a lot of people interested when they find out that I have a YouTube channel, and I tell them, you know, I got 2 hips, I got a hip and a knee replaced. I have people that come on with osteoporosis. I'm dealing with this kind of issue just because I have this in my genetics. So I'm doing everything I can to manage it. So now I'm gonna go to the level that I can do. You do the level you can do, okay? So I'm gonna step back, that's number 1. If you can't step that far back, just step a little. But here's what you must do, no matter what level you choose. You must say rib cage up. Don't jump your chin out. Pull back. Soften the knee. Now pull and pull those elbows back. Now when I say pull the elbows back, of course, I'm meaning pull the shoulder blades together. Okay, got it? So here we go. Shoulder blades go together. I pull my heel. Then I bring it down and down. So here we go. Tuck your chin. Shoulders start rolling in. Heel starts rolling to the hip. Open and come down. And again, some of you may choose to do a very modified form of this, which I showed you, right? So don't think you can't do it. You can do it. In fact, you must do it if you're going to get stronger. You just don't want to push yourself over the edge and do too much. So pull together and then pull the heel in. See how I'm doing this very, very controlled. Shoulders roll in. That's that lining up. That's working on that the middle back extensor muscles between the shoulder blades. And back down. I'm going to do 2 more here. The front knee is bent. Pull the shoulders back. Pull the heel up. Hold. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And bring it back in. Woo! Okay. You ready? The leg that you just was your stability leg, turn it out, okay? Turn it out. It will release its tension in through the hip, and you should have had quite a bit of tension in the hip. If you were doing this right, that's what I was looking for. Okay, one of the things. Okay, drop your shoulders. So this is one of the reasons why everybody tells me that after we're done with the workout, they feel so much better. Because I'm not hurting them. All right, the other leg now is your stability leg, correct? But if I'm gonna do this with no weights because I have a damaged hamstring or a weak hamstring, put your weights down. Hold on to the wall or whatever immovable object there is. Okay, so the other leg goes back. And these are going to just pull in, okay? So here we go. Soften the knee, get your balance, pull the heel in, pull those elbows back, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Or in through the nose and out through the nose, whichever works for you. Woo, right there. All right, so this is very careful, very excellent. Drop your shoulders, pull the shoulder blades back as you're pulling your heel into the hip. And you're holding that balance. And I can tell you, as somebody with a hip replace, the hip replace side is the Waterloo for me. It is so hard to stay on balance. So for the Chrissies of the world, you got to put your shoulder on the wall. You got to put your, maybe just use one weight. You got to stabilize a little because it gets so irritating when you get off balance constantly. So you want to stabilize yourself however that you can. Maybe put one hand on a wall somewhere and just do one arm at a time. Pull that in and bring it back down. Okay, here we go. Drop your shoulders. Start pulling the shoulder blades in and down. Bring the heel up, 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 up. I'm trying to make it come up there and come back down. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. Here we go. Pull, and then pull that heel into the hip. Pull the heel into the hip. Pull the heel into the hip. Pull those shoulders back, and then come back down. I got two more on this one. Breath, regroup. Pull, pull, pull. Knee is soft. Pull the heel in. Pull the heel in. Pull the heel in. And then come back down and come back down. One more, one more, one more. Here we go. Pull, pull, pull. Pull the heel in, pull the heel in, pull the heel in, and then come back down, come back down. Whoa, was that hard for me to do? Because I have lost a lot of stability muscles by virtue of a replaced hip. That's just the way it is, okay? Okay, I did moderate weight. I did lightweight. I'm going to do body weight, and then I'm going to go to a heavy weight. Okie dokie? Yeah. So fun, isn't it? Okay. Here's my kitchen chair. Okay? It's a bench. It's a typical bench that you find in any exercise studio or exercise workout area. But you just use your kitchen chair. Perfect. So here I am in my bench, and I'm going to work at stability with core shoulder issues. Okay, so I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to crawl out with my little feet here, and I'm just going to drop my butt. See? And then I'm going to come back and sit again. So if you can have weight training gloves, that helps. You're going to be pressing on the heel of your hand. Or if you have that pad, the disc that many of you have at home. See, I'm on my heels right here. I don't know if you can see that. I hope so. Okay, I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to take my butt off. I'm going to step out so I don't hurt my knees. And I'm just going to lower my rear end and then just sit back again like I changed my mind. See what I'm saying? So I'm giving you breaks. So you're right here on the heel of your hand, close to your hips. First of all, you've got to drop your shoulders. Okay? Now step way out because you're going to ease your butt off the chair. And then you're going to come up here like you changed your mind. Now I'm setting you up. Right? I'm getting ready to not give you this rest. Okay, so I hope you're getting this. This is one of the most simple moves, but it's one that people really screw up. Mostly because they don't know how to line themselves up. That's number one. And number two, they just need to work on their strength in their upper back, shoulders. But you got to know how to do this, okay? So drop your shoulders. Scoot your butt off, drop it down there, and then raise up like you're gonna put your butt down on the pad, but then you don't, or on your chair, but you don't. See how I'm just coming back and forth and you look at my elbows? My elbows are very tucked. Yes. And I just act like I'm gonna ease myself off the chair, and then I come back like I changed my mind. Drop your shoulders. So you gotta keep doing that. That's just the way it is, okay? In through the nose, out through the nose. Take your butt off with your shoulders down, and then act like you're gonna put your butt back on, but don't. And if you can do one or two of those, see, just one or two of these. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders down. See, if you need to rest each time, that's okay. I'm trying to get so that you will do this without the rest. So you're just easing your butt off and then coming back. Your elbows very bent, and get to where you can do maybe 10 without the rest. Okay, it's okay if you need to rest every time or every second repetition or every third. You get the idea. Okay, take a break. Take a break. Here we go. So I'm telling you, some of these lighter weights are for a reason that we use them. But I am trying to focus all my effort in whatever I'm doing in my workouts for my own self to be able to handle my own body weight. The implications there are great. Need I say, do you not want to do this? Do you think it's too hard? Then go pick out your bedpan, because that's what you're going to be doing. I'm trying to get you to handle your own body weight, no matter what. It's called independence. Are you ready now? Have you picked yourself off the floor from laughing? I hope so. Drop your shoulders. Step out. See, my toes are up. I don't know if you see that, but my toes are up. I'm on my heels. I'm going to ease myself down with my shoulders down. And then I come back to the seat. See that? That's how you start. That's how you start learning how to handle or training yourself to handle your own body weight. You get to where you can do this 10 times, then you do it another 10, then you do it another 10. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do 10 right now. Do as many as you can. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 1, 2, my elbows are tucked. 3, chin is tucked. Shoulders are really down. I think that's 5, 6, 7. Keep your elbows bent. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. See that? Do you feel this? You feel it? You feel it? That's where I want you to feel it. Yeah. That's the formula, y'all. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. Okay, so if I'm gonna rest, I'm sitting on a chair, I'm on a bench. Put your elbows on top of your knees, drop your shoulders and drop your chin. And your back, if I came to you right now while you were doing this with me, and I ran my hand down your spine, I should feel a very extended spine. And see, you can lean in. It's called hip hinging. So you lean in from your hips, not by bending at your waist, okay, and flexing your back all to smithereens. That's when you get into trouble, okay? Now I'm going to come out of that, and I'm going to stand up, okay? So you're in your chair, and I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to lead a choir. I'm going to just bring my hands up like this. Now, there are some of you that have significant hip and knee issues, maybe even feet issues, and you can't put too much pressure because, man, it just kills you in that one spot. Trust me, I know how that is because I have a knee replaced and a hip replaced. I know. If you're one of those people that are struggling with this, whether it be arthritis, you're bone on bone, some kind of a tendonitis, bursitis, you can't keep hitting that sore spot. So don't do weirdo compensatory moves. Use your hands. Help yourself out of the sticking point. Get to your feet, then bring your hands out. See that? Now stay with me. Do this with me. Here I go. Hip hinge. hip and my knee issues before I jumped into the replacement. When I got to about right here, man. So you put your hands here, you help yourself to the seat, but I never flexed my back. It was extended. I hip hinged. I helped myself past that sticking point. Ready? Here we go. Use your hands if you need to. Use your hand. Don't use your hands if you can. Here we go. You're gonna lead the choir. People who sing. Okay, here we go. Right there, push out. We're gonna come right back down. See, push the butt way back. Okay, look under. Make sure you hit your chair. Don't drift. Here we go, lead the choir. And when you're coming up, you gotta be pushing where in your feet. Everybody should be screaming at their screen right now. In your heels. Go to your heels. That takes pressure off your knees. Push your butt back like you're shining your taillights. Boom. Right there. Drop your shoulders right now, drop them. Yeah, I know. Gotta keep your elbows soft or you're gonna bring your shoulders up here. I want you to function with your shoulders down. Okay, we're gonna go 3 more of these. You ready? Lead your core, drop your shoulders, push into your heels. Yeah, push back, really push back with your taillight shining. Right here, drop your shoulders. Back down, here we go. This is it, right here. Bring those hands into the W, right there. See that? See, when I say W, your hands back, right alongside your elbow and right alongside your side of you, not out here, out here. And then bring them down, big breath. Yes, okay, we got time to do some heavy loading. I have 2 15-pound weights here. So whatever you have that you think is so heavy, okay, you're gonna pick one up and one up. So we're gonna do a series of carries, learning and applying all the stuff I just worked with you. Now I talked to some people this weekend, my old classmates that, you know, have same issues and everybody else does. You know, some osteoporosis issues and everything like that. So I'm telling you, as I talked with them, that they said the first thing they tell me that my doctor told me is I need to do weight training, but I don't know what to do because every time I see people doing stuff, I can't do that. I know. That's the reason I created this channel and I'm doing this. Okay, I've got 15 pounds and 15 pounds. Okie dokie. We did a lot of this kind of stuff to warm up with. So if you were with me on the warm up, yeah, I'm loading and doing a simple step. And if you keep your shoulders down, and if you keep your rib cage up, and you go to take a step, you know, you can get off your balance super easy. And if you've got a significant weight in your hands and you're doing this, just be careful, okay? Don't do it fast. Take the time to line yourself up. I'm gonna go right there, keep my shoulders down, right there, keep my shoulders down, and I'm just stepping out as if I'm gonna take a step. See that? Because I'm setting you up. We've got a heavy load here, right? The knee is soft, I step out, the knee is soft, I step out, and now I'm gonna lean into the foot, but I'm gonna keep my rib cage up. Now I've got 15 and 15, that's 30 pounds coming down my spine, my shoulders, step out, press forward, pull the heel, bring it down, come back, step out, tight tummy, drop your shoulders, pull the heel, come back, come back. So this should be pretty significant weight that you're carrying here. Okay, keep your shoulders down, keep your chin down as you lean in, and keep your rib cage up, right there. Don't lock your knee, don't lock your knee, don't lock your knee. And come down and come back. Take a big breath, go shoulders to the ears, drop them. Shoulders to the ears, drop them. Shoulders to the ears, drop them. This is heavy weight. Yeah, just really slowly. Shoulders to the ears, drop. Shoulders to the ears, drop. And then I'm just gonna go a little tiny bicep curl. Yeah, just like that. And you might ask me here, okay, well, how many of these? I'm gonna say go until you feel like, oh man, I can't do one more. See? I just want you to give a load into that bicep. Keep your shoulders down. Yeah, pull, this should be pretty heavy. Breath, breath, breath. Okay, I've got like one or two more. I'm there. You got it? Then you come right here and you just straighten your elbow and pull your shoulders into your spine. Then release the shoulders. Don't round your back. Don't do it. Push and open. Straight arm. Then come back in. Push. Pull those shoulder blades in. Bring it back. Push. Pull those shoulder blades in. Bring it back. Push. Shoulder blades in. Bring it back. Push. Shoulder blades in. Bring it back. Just one more. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And then come back in. I'm going to put them down. Woo! Now I'm going to do that split stance. And I'm going to do that little pendulum. Yeah. Change lead legs. Pendulum, 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 pendulum. Yeah. Then you go wide. Pull your tummy in. Soften your knees. Open. Come under and give yourself a big hug with your shoulders down. Yeah. Open. Soft knees. Tight tummy. Put your shoulders down. Bring your chin down. Whoa. Then you can reach out here. Then you can reach out here, but your shoulders gotta stay down. Knees are soft. Woo. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Yay. I'm gonna take off the recording.